Hello, this is Angelos Derlopas, CEO of Positivity Coaching, and you're listening to my podcast. Hello, this is Angelos Derlopas, CEO of Positivity Coaching, and this is a short clip with yet another coaching tip for this week. The topic today is something that's quite different from what we've been talking about the last few weeks. Have you ever been asked by a client, what book would you suggest? I've been in that place. Although I'm a book lover, most of the books I read have to do with who I am professionally. So to answer this question, you really need to change the shoes on your feet. In the following minutes, I'll show you how's that done. But first, let me tell you a little bit what this challenge means to me. That way you will understand better the dilemma, the intention, and the love for books. The quality of everything we do depends on the quality of the thinking we do first. The leaders, the professionals, parents, and teachers who understand this are at the top of their fields and inspire some of the finest independent thinking in their environments. In More Time to Think, Nancy Klein shares 10 effective ways to help people think for themselves with rigor, imagination, courage, and grace. From learning that the mind works best in the presence of a question, so never be afraid to risk being wrong, and that a key factor in the quality of a person's thinking is how they are treated by the people with them while they are thinking, to the importance of appreciation and of facing what you have been denying. Nancy Klein shows how to create a successful thinking environment, whether for two people or a larger group. You're trying to help, but is it working? Helping others is a good thing. Often, as a leader, manager, doctor, teacher, or coach, it's central to your job. But even the most well-intentioned efforts to help others can be undermined by a simple truth. We almost always focus on trying to fix people, correcting problems, or filling the gaps between where they are and where we think they should be. Unfortunately, this doesn't work well, if at all, to inspire sustained learning or positive change. There's a better way. In this powerful and practical book, emotional intelligence expert Richard Boyatzis presents a clear and hopeful message. The way to help someone learn and change cannot be focused primarily on fixing problems, but instead must connect to that person's positive vision of themselves, or an inspiring dream or goal they've long held. This is what great coaches do. They know that people draw energy from their visions and dreams, and that same energy sustains their efforts to change, even though difficult times. In contrast, problem-centered approaches trigger physiological responses that make a person defensive and less open to new ideas. The author Richard Boyatzis used rich and moving real-life stories as well as decades of original research to show how this distinctively positive mode of coaching, what he calls coaching with compassion, opens people up to thinking creatively and helps them to learn and grow in meaningful and sustainable ways. I want to keep these clips short, but remember to check again next week for the second part, the two more books and the answer to the questions that were asked in the beginning of this clip. My name is Angelos Derlopas. I am the CEO of Positivity Coaching, and I'd love to read your comments. Thank you.
Positivity Coaching. Experience being experienced.
This is Angelos Derlopas, and you can listen to my podcast on Spotify, Apple, and Google.